So, hello and welcome. Right, basically this is a video for Igor over at DOF. They want to see some photos of my SMC signs for the motors and so the sign graphs, which I've done. And I've noticed that since I turned the system off and restarted, they'd changed. Now the nuts are tight on the bits where it's supposed to be, the little Allen bolts I should say, they're nice and tight, but they seem to have moved, and it does, one of the motors is making a funny sound and it's always done it, and I thought that's just the way it is, but then I grabbed the arm and moved it and it really does make a sound almost as if it's shorting. So we need to find something out. So anyhow, what I'm going to do is, you're not going to have to look at my ugly mug for long. I'm going to spin the cam around. Unfortunately today with Windows updates, the graphic driver update, my C920 cam decided to not work. So I think I've got to uninstall it and reinstall it. And I just don't have time right now. So I'm dealing with the one cam. So I'm going to turn the cam so you can see the bike setup, which is just the basics, the seat and the handlebars. So that I haven't got the fairing or anything else on. I was amazed, I weighed the fairing 2.5 kilograms for the top half and 1.5, so it's 4 kilograms for the whole fairing. And the seat's only 2 kilograms, you know, tank's 1.5 kilograms. No, it's 1 kilogram, sorry. It's amazing how light it is. But anyhow, I thought I'd leave it all off. So now I'm going to turn the cam. I'm going to run SMC3. I'm going to show static photos first, then run SMC3 and show the sign graphs and motors 1 and 2. Like I said, this is mainly for Igor, so, or any of the workers, so you'll be able to see. Might be better than me sending a photo and trying to type everything out. I have made sure that I've reinstalled it SRS, so I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, just in case there was a problem there. I've made sure that in Windows Defender that there's, you know, that's not going to block it at all. And then I've made sure that Windows in Device Manager cannot, you can check it where it says allow Windows to turn off USB device. I've unchecked that, so all of my USB devices always do that. Every update I check it. So Windows will not turn off any of my USB devices. So that's done. I've got a 1200 watt PSU, platinum, Asus ROG, so I shouldn't have a power problem anyhow. Yeah, I mean the whole system's ROG. But basically it's a case now, I'm going to do a test, see how things work. I mean I can sit on the system and where I've got the joints on my seat and the bars, I can literally rock it backwards and forwards on that balance point. So I'm going to turn the cam. Yeah. Right. There's the best place for the camera. I think about there. So you can see the tailpiece and I need to come back just a bit. That should probably be best. Right, you can just about see my handlebars over here and yeah, my bum part. Right, so what I'm going to do is actually close this cam and I'm going to go to is it Windows Capture? Oh yeah, no, that's the right window. Now I've got to choose So first off, my motor 1 sign, so if I move this so it can be seen fully, that is the sine graph from when I did the test before I shut the system off. So that's motor 1. Yeah, that's M1. And this is motor 2. And you can see they're both pretty tight on the blue and green line. They're pretty tight. So with luck, Igor and that can see that. So once again, motor 1, motor 2, very much the same. Now I had a problem in SMC. Igor's demo said you had to turn the settings down. Actually, I'll bring one up. You had to change your KP, your KI, your power max, and I can't remember the other one. But when I tried those settings, if you notice, my FPID is at 1, my FPWM is at 20 Hertz. When I changed the settings that Igor said, his had FPID at 10 and the FPWM at 10 kilohertz. And if it didn't matter what I did, if I changed any of the settings, I could not, when the motor was running, I could not get it to move the motors. The motors would not move. So it's one of the points why I need to talk to someone so I can fully explain. Because trying to type it is going to be ridiculous. So that is one of the points I go. Okay, so now let's go live on that. So I'm going to Tools, DOF Reality, SMC3. Right, bring that over here. So if you look right now, system's connected by USB. I've got my sign, motors 1, motor 2. You can see, in fact, the green and blue lines are now basically out. They're not in the same amount of line. And I have made sure I've got SRS off and checked in Task Manager. It was also switched off, which is one thing you have to really do. If you don't go to Task Manager and close it off, it can be a pain. Okay, I'm going to turn it on now. Now I see sign. Actually, I'm going to try something with motor 1 on. If I grab this arm, what's he going to do? It's altering it. Now, so it's, the sign won't stay as it should do. It fluctuates depending on the pressure. It's actually moving it. I have to try that with motor 2 quickly. You'll have to excuse me, people. Like I said, this is a test for Igor. So now I'm going to switch. So that's just monitor. I'm going to go to motor 2. That's just that fluctuation in the gearing. So that's all that is. Yeah, I can actually see it. So that's fluctuation where you've got that small amount of mesh, because you've got to have lash between gears, and so that's what that movement is there, but it's very minimal. So that might be why where I set it up it was perfect, because it was just sitting still. But now we run sine, so this is mode 2. And it has in fact increased from what it was. I had it a lot closer. So the green and blue are not as close as they were when I set them up. And like I said, the joints between the motor and the sensor are tight. And when I did tighten them, I ensured that they were good, and that's how I took those static pictures. Okay, so we need to stop this at the right point, somewhere around there. Change to motor 1, then go back into sine. That's so far off what I had it set to. Okay. Come back up the central, sort of. So that is the sign on the fly, basically. Right, so close that off. So really I don't need anything else now. So basically what I'm going to do is start SRS. I've no idea how it is with my mic at the moment. And you can see over on the right it will say shaker box and motion box. It's the motion box that has kept disconnecting. So it'll totally disconnect from the USB. The motors won't even get the slightest bit hot because they only run, I've only had it run for like 2 minutes when I sat on it. So we're going to see, and I did a test earlier and I didn't even ride, I didn't even start a game, and I literally sat on the system and rocked backwards and forwards, and it would literally, yeah. So set up, go to start test. Now I'm going to come back here, turn the cam back on, and now in SRS I'm going to just simply move body social lean down, lean up. Why they made it move so slow when you're doing it, I think it's so that you can check where the hell everything is, that you're not hitting stuff, which is actually really good. So roll right, roll left. Like I said, this is just test. They just do test limits, so you know that everything's working and you've not got anything binding like body work, catching cables, anything like that. So on that side it's really damn good. So then we can go up here. I did stop testing, yeah, okay. Now I can go to the joystick, pick my handlebars. I don't have my foot controls on yet, so just the handlebars. And then use my bum. What I can do is I can come over here, and if I've done it right, she'll roll left and right. I haven't set the speeds or anything for it yet. It's just to show that when you're in game, that, you know, you brake as you'll dive down, you roll left, roll right. So that's working like that. But now what I'm going to do is roll a cigarette. I've actually got to think. So what I want to do is turn joystick motion off. Well, no, I'm going to leave joystick motion on, sit on the system and see if the motion box shuts off. And then we'll do the same with joystick motion off and just sitting on it, not starting GP Bikes, which has got motion, and one I use to test that part of it. Oh God, when it does work, it feels so good. Oh, I am so frustrated, and it's held me back on the Malaysian system. So yeah, not a good thing at the moment. Not too much of a happy bunny. That's live. So let's sit on it. Let's do this way. Yeah. Right. Let's see. You hold my feet up. I'm not pushing with my feet. So, and it's shut off. I say I can do that, and it rocks between, you put my weight on it, it's putting pressure on the arms. If I do that, it takes pressure off, pressure on, pressure off. So I'm right on that point of balance. So it's literally, I'm right on the point of balance simply by doing that. You can see it rocking. I couldn't do that if the centre point was too far forward. It would just stay down. I wouldn't be able to lean forward. But I can actually rock it on that point. So, and that right motor, the left motor, number 1, is making a crinkly sound, kind of like frying. I thought it was just motors, the way they fluctuate. So, yeah, that's shut off just doing that. So, I disconnect it. I just do a thing. So, those handlebars weigh 6 kilograms. I weigh 68.87, something like that, so basically 69 kilo. So it's not going to be much. Now, if I sit directly on top of that universal joint, it's basically only not really moving much of my body weight in principle. So maybe we could try that. But I'm not going to be able to rock the system. But we can try. Still working, right? Yeah. I can't really sit right on top of that because that's right there. I'll have that up my bum. As I sit right forward on the seat, which would, in principle, puts my bum, my bum is right over the universal joint. So the motors are not having to really lift any weight whatsoever because my whole weight is sitting directly on that universal joint. But that means that the front is 6 kilograms heavier. It's going so far. That means it can't take any weight whatsoever. And I've got to sit literally on top of the universal joint. And I've seen so many systems we go back a couple more inches. I can bring the seat forward if I need to. I'm back to the standard position. Right, so that I need a... Oh, didn't go out that time. Okay, so... Curious. Okay, let's put GP bikes on. So steam me up, Scotty. So for that, I'm going to turn joystick motion off. Go to hardware and tuning. And yeah, GP bikes. We hit play. Play. I think I'm on my CDI 900. It won't get there until I hit the track, I think. Just says GB bikes. Come on. This track does take quite a while to load up. The thing is, I've seen so many videos where people have obviously they're sitting so far back over the universal joint, far more than mine, and their systems work flawlessly. So there's got to be a problem, like I said, with that motor making that funny sound. I don't know. It's not right. And the motors do not get hot in the slightest. I've got temperature strips on them. And I actually tested the brand of strips, so I bought a big pack, so they work. Got one on my kettle. Right. So, to the track. Okay, one thing I've got to make sure. My mini keyboard. I don't have Velcro strip, I don't have a tank, so. Right, let's stick that there. Right. So, we're sitting pretty much right on, or just slightly, a couple of inches, well, right on the edge. So my privates are literally in line with the back of the universal joint. Right. I do love the feel of this. And I can feel every bump in the road. It's incredible. Oh, it just feels so good. Problem is, I am so tense riding, just expecting the motion to cut off, really taking away a lot of the feeling and my concentration from actually riding. Lovely, I love it. Oh God, in VR this is going to be just incredible. Feel the gear changes, Add a butt kicker to it, which I've got. Oh, this corner feels so good when you get it right. No. Oh, shit, bollocks. Yep. Kind of bugger that one. I hope I didn't kick it off. Right, you've got to wait for the system takes a bit of time to level itself out once you crash. You know, so you have to wait for that one. It's done it. No, I didn't bring the lighter. Dang it. Remember, down a gear, come through here, away from that bloody barrier. About keeping it smooth through here. Oh, that. Yeah, motion went off. But it's leveling out. Motion went off there. That could be because I've got nowhere to really put my feet. I've got them on a little step at the moment. But if the arse is flailing too much, that could be an issue. Wi-Fi. One of those little tools. I can't because that'll be too far. Right, it's connected again. I wasn't sure if I could get on it without using that. Keep going from the bloody gear shift with my foot. Now, the thing is, I'm wondering if in SMC settings can be changed. I say motors aren't even getting hot. Might do a sine test after this, just to see what the sine graph's at. Come back, baby, don't cut off. Ooh, I wonder what it'd be like riding the other way. I think I did it in the Seto Corsa. Was it Seto Corsa this is from? Or Project Cars? Motion's off. Dang it. Okay, so motion's gone off again. Now I am literally over the pivot point. So I'm sitting right above it. And that just disconnected again. It doesn't matter where I put my body, it will always shut off. Like I said, the seat's actually at a point where if I lift my weight up, it will just rest because there's more weight on the front of the system with the handlebars. But as soon as I sit, it will lift that slack on the lash, so it's lifting the system up. But if I put my hands on the bars and lean a little bit forward, they go down. So I'm right on that balance point. So as far as balance is concerned, it is fucking correct. Ridiculous. And that didn't come back. going to turn around there. Oh, I've got enough space to do a U-turn here. Is it already turned off? Yeah, it's already turned off. Okay, so yeah. Again, I cannot see how and why it will keep turning off. I'm not a happy bunny. I'm not an happy bunny. Right, we'll disconnect that again. Reconnect it. Now I'm going to shut down SMC. Task manager. So we're going to chippy bikes. Return pits. Back. Yes. Exit. Yes. Okay. Steam off. Ensure we exit steam there. I haven't shut off bootstrapper, but that'll shut down soon. What have we got in now? I was really hoping after calibrating those motors so now we need DOF Reality tools. C3. So now I'm going to in fact select my cam, and my cam is normal size. Then select my window. That is normal size. Right. Oh. Okay, what's going on there then? Let's have a look. ST Microelectronics, that's up there, COM3. I made sure that what is with this box? Disconnect it. Reconnect it. Start SMC. That's ridiculous. port 3, yeah. And it's saying it's connected. COM port 3. COM 3. So why is SMC3's not even starting now? Oh, great. Well, okay. So it's a bit more than I thought. I haven't had that problem before. And you can see that that's connected. If I look inside, I can see the blue lights on. The orange lights are what I think is the controllers. Disconnect it. It's off. Pull the power out just in case. Power back in. USB back in. Oh, dang it. Right, now we got it. I've forgotten to go to Task Manager and turn off SRS. But if you look now at that sign on motor 1, it's even further apart than it was before. Motor 2 is not as far apart, but motor 1 is the one that's making the funny sound. So if I go into sign, has that got worse again? Oh, stop, Alan. Can't do sign. You don't have power. Settle down. Now we have power to it. It's motor 2. And that is further than when we first started the video. And like I said, on both ends of each of those universal joints that go between the motor and the sensor, they are tight. Yet it just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. Back to motor 1. I need to stop it. Okay. So monitor on motor 1. It's totally moved from where I'd set it. So for some reason those things are really going out of whack. Okay, so I'm going to end there. There's just not a lot more I can do. Well, actually I can quickly show the graphs again. From M1, you can see how much closer they were. That's far closer than the other one, than what we just saw. So it's gone from that to what we got now. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there. I need to talk to Igor. I need to actually talk. I can't do this over email. It's ridiculous. I said the system's balanced. And I've seen how other people have used them with triple screens on the front and it still works perfectly. So, no, this is not a balance issue. Not to that degree. The thing just cuts out even if I sit directly on the damn universal joint. There's no way that that's it. It can't move 6 kilograms. You know, if this can't move 6 kilograms, then what the hell? So please, Igor, contact me as soon as you can by Skype and email. Thank you. Right, so, I mean, when it works, I absolutely love it. It feels so good. But I can't even do a lap. So, thank you for watching, people. If anyone did watch all the way to the end, but you'll see what I'm fighting with. I'm trying to fight. I'm looking at the mouse on OBS. I keep forgetting. So, have a good evening, people. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.